I'm now joined by Red Wings senior captain Jackie Friedrich. Jackie, the team's had 3 losses in a row. You've now won 3 in a row. A couple meaningful wins in there against Shakopee and Faribault. Why is this team kind of in a groove right now?
You know, we had those 3 games, and, we came out of the Schwann's Cup, and, kind of thought maybe we were on top of the world at that time. So going into those 3 games, it's not like we didn't give it our all, but, they still thought that, we can maybe slack during these couple games because maybe they're not important or they don't mean a lot to us. But, coming down in our season like this, when our games are starting to end, that's kind of important. So they kind of started picking it up and they started realizing, and me and Rose both had a talk with the whole team before last practice we had to get them going.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that a little bit later, but since you brought it up, I'll mention it. One of the things Coach has talked about and praised you and Rose for is your ability to be kind of team leaders in the locker room. Because the team has 3 guy coaches, there's large chunks of time that they can't be in the dressing room. What do you guys do to get the team motivated and ready to play?
Our girls are constantly in their little groups giggling about something or not focused about something. So it is our jobs as captains to bring them together when it's time to be focused and to be mentally ready and prepared for a game. And there's times that we can have little goof around times and we can giggle and we can laugh, but when it's time to be mentally focused, we set the bar and we make sure they are.
Has your role and responsibilities as a leader changed this year compared to last year? Because you guys were both captains last year as well.
Last year was my first time being a captain, and I didn't know anything about being a captain. And, it's just a learning experience going from not knowing what to do and how to prepare them for anything to just kind of taking it step by step and seeing what works and what doesn't work to get them motivated.
Okay. Well, with this same group of girls, I remember Coach saying last year that there was almost this Chinese gymnast effect, that you guys were so young that you didn't have an understanding of that magnitude or the stage that you guys were on. This year, do you think things are going to be different come section time? Do you think you have a better understanding and grasp of the magnitude of these playoff games?
That level of maturity has grown completely, throughout the season. The girls are, a majority of them are in 9th and 10th grade, but, they can be silly and they can be immature at times, but it's gotten a lot better than it has. And, yeah, we're still a young team, but they know when they can be like that and when it's time to act their age.
And speaking of joking, I remember the first time we spoke this season, you joked about how, I'll break my arm if I have to, if we need some unifying thing for this team.
I did say that.
Unfortunately, you guys had an accident with Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And she had the back and neck injury in your first home game of the year. You guys went through Quinn having the cancer treatments last year. Can you compare the two? Are there similarities, or are these 2 very different things?
For me, I thought for sure that having Corey almost being paralyzed, being very close to being paralyzed, I thought that was going to be something to motivate us. And, she was in the hospital, and we all basically went to go see her. We visited her at her house. And, when it all came down to it, she came out fine. But, she still hurts, and she still can't play hockey, and that's the one thing she wants to do. Quinn, on the other hand, she had to end her season halfway into the season. So that was kind of like people saw that, well, she can't play. So, we definitely got to do this for her. But seeing Corey back on our buses and she's smiling again and she's not wearing her neck brace anymore, and people kind of think that she's okay. But, deep down, she's really not. So it's kind of, I bring in that maturity too, because the girls don't see it. Even though, when we played Farmington, we dedicated that game to her and we just couldn't do it because, everybody, I think, just thought that she was really okay. But, really deep down, she was crying and she wanted to play with us. But, sometimes you just can't see it at that age.
Well, Jackie, I appreciate your time today. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.